Hey everybody, it's Kelly and today is day 4. So today I'm going to tell a general story because on day 4 it was a day where I worked 14 hours. So it was get up, have breakfast, go to work, come home, have a little snack, go to bed. So not a lot of Christmassy stuff going on, but that's okay because I think I told you, you make this project work for yourself. So today I'm going to tell a general story, and that's that, like a lot of us, I am addicted to Hallmark Christmas movies. I think you can get them on Lifetime as well too. I've done a couple of those. So I'm going to use, I just took a screenshot from my Hallmark app where I keep track of what I've watched. Yes, I have a problem, I know. And I'm going to use that on this page today. So here was day 3. It was my Christmas tree story. So I can kind of do, I think, whatever I want with this because it is a, you know, there's lots of Christmas colors in here. There's all the Christmas colors in here. So I'm thinking that I want to, this is not 3x4. I could have made it like a 3-inch wide, but I didn't. And it's a little bit too wide for any of these pockets. So I think it's going to have to go down in here. And I'm thinking I'm probably going to put it here, and I'll have to figure out 2 things. And then I have something special here, and this is a film strip die cut. That film strip die cut comes from something really special. I'm just going to move that page out of there. This is a scrapbooking kit, and you guys are probably going to have kind of a hard time seeing this because the camera's pretty close. But this is an advent calendar, and here's a little thing of prompts for the day from the Secret Not Secret Kit Club. Christina every year does an advent calendar, and you can buy it, and I saw it go on sale right at the beginning of November, which is when it went on sale, and I jumped on it the very first day because I had seen a couple of people use this last year, and I thought, what a cool way to sort of celebrate the season. Now, I am on a spending freeze, so this does break that spending freeze, but you guys, I have been looking forward to this all year, and it's bits of things every day. Like on this day, we got the film strip and some popcorn, but there's other things, and you'll see me use them. As a matter of fact, I have something I need to do. I'm going to go back to day 1 because this envelope has a really cool idea for day 1. So I am going to add this into my day 1 stuff, but I'm not going to do it this time. I have a little bit shorter time right now. I think I'll do it with tomorrow's prompt, but we'll see how that works out. Anyway, so what I did is, I saw Laura Alberts do this where she just put it in a basket, and I had this basket I got for Christmas a few years ago that didn't have anything in it, but I love it. I thought, oh, what a perfect thing to do. So here are all my envelopes. It sits on my kitchen counter, and every morning I get to open one of these, and then I photograph it and throw it up on my Instagram just so that I can share that. If it's something where I think I know I want to do something with it right away and I'm completely inspired, I grab it and I take it and I drop it down on my scrapbooking desk, which is what I did with this and this one as well. So you'll see those things pop in and out. I'll try to remember to tell you when I'm using something from my advent calendar from Redefine Creative. So back to this again. I'm thinking what I want to do is use some 6x6 paper. I also think I may want to get this stretching across. Oh, and one more thing that I forgot to tell you guys. So as part of our day 4, we got this darling little North Pole flare, and there was a code for $5 to order from the Etsy shop that was from, and let me quick just give you, I'm going to tell you who it is because I'm going to need to add something here, and I wanted to use this piece to remind me. So the Etsy shop is Scrappin, S-C-R-A-P-P-I-N, Happy Studio, and she makes these darling little flares. This one happens to be exclusive for this kit, although they do have them in other colors. And I got to pick out a set of flares. Well, of course, you know, spending freeze be darned. I did buy a couple of other ones as well. And one of the ones that I did buy was, she had a set of, I think, 3 about Hallmark Christmas movies, and there's not that many of those left, so I bought that piece. And so I'm going to want to put that I'm going to want to put one of those on this page, but I'm not going to wait to construct it. So I want to keep that in mind. And maybe what I'll do is like pop it here. And what I'm thinking is I'm going to make the film strip come across here like this. So what I'll do is I'll probably adhere it and then cut it as I go, is my thought anyway right now. So let's quick grab my 6x6 and 6x8 papers. I'm also going to grab my 3x4 cards because I'll need a couple of those here. So let's get that 6x6 paper first. And like I said, I can kind of do whatever I want. There is a lot of yellow in here, some gray in there. So yeah, that's a little busy. I'm finding I like this paper, although, ooh, there, that, I could use that. I like that paper, but it feels really busy to me. That series is called Countdown to Christmas. So on Hallmark, so I could use that number paper there. Don't know if I want anything candy associated. That's not a bad one. This is definitely a different green. Now that would be really appropriate, right? Because so much of those Hallmark movies are about, you know, love and that kind of stuff. And hey, by the way, everybody, I got lots of comments. I haven't had time to comment back yet on my layout, my first day layout, with suggestions about how to keep the cards in place. And I did think of a lot of that kind of stuff, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to leave them. It doesn't really bother me all that much that they're wiggly. I think that day I talked about it quite a bit, but really seriously, it doesn't really bother me. So, especially now that I have a couple days in and that kind of thing. So I'll leave it. I'm going to just leave it. I've made that decision, but thanks for all the thoughts there to help me out. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I'm just going to measure, and I think this is, yeah, it's a little wider than 6. And this is, yeah, just a little bit taller than 4. It's like about 4 1/8. So I'm going to leave it at 6, and then I'll do like 4 1/8 here. And that should give, yeah, that's good. And then I can just pop this over here, and maybe I'm thinking what I might do, you know, I kind of wish I could do that a little bit more to that side. I could do it like this, I guess, and come across, but then it would be on that card too. Let's look and see what I have for cards, because that might determine what I'm thinking I'm going to do. Thinking the 25 is not appropriate. Oh, so this would be funny to journal. It says December, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. I can circle Saturdays and Sundays for sure. And now I'm thinking filler card here. And that would be kind of nice. But now, okay, so here's where maybe this isn't going to work quite the way I thought it was going to work. That if I do this and bring it up and across, I'm not going to be able to journal. And I don't think I like that. I think I like the idea of journaling in this. So here's what I'm now thinking. Let me pull this out. And I can save this if I want to. I kind of like it with now with the photograph on the outside. I think because she is then looking into the page. So I'm going to just put this down, leaving a tiny little reveal to the right here of the paper. And then, and I like the way this is. And then I can grab that little Hallmark Christmas watching movie piece and pop it in here, and maybe when I do that I'll add, or I could even put it up there too. And there's more than one actually now that I think about it, so I may kind of wait a little bit, although if I think about it, I can grab, I have my iPad here. And I'm just gonna glue this down. What I'm thinking is maybe I look at what the flare is gonna be, and then I'll just kind of update you. Normally I don't do that. Normally I get everything figured out, and I make the page, and the page is the page as I make it. But so hopefully it'll, I think the shop is in Oregon that this is coming from. So I'm kind of hoping that it arrives next week. It said anywhere from the 10th to the 17th. But I'll definitely, when I add those to the page, I will definitely let you guys know. So this is one of those designing on the fly. Sometimes when you do December Daily, you have to design without product, or you have to design if you want to make a page a day. Sometimes you have to design without the photographs. So there's the little bit of that cut file that's left. And I think you get the idea that it's a film, especially because I'm talking about a film here. So then the other thing I'm going to do is, let me see if I can bring this up on my iPad. This is very entertaining watching, isn't it? Because I did get a ship confirmation on this, on what I ordered. So I'm going to open this up so you guys can see what it is. So there's one here that says Hallmark Channel Movies Addict, one that says I'm watching a Christmas movie, and one that says, oh, there we go, Hallmark Movies Hot Cozy Blanket. So what I'm thinking is I want to use at least 2 of those, and I think I'll do the Addict one down here, probably right here. So I think that'll be good. And then I think I'm watching the Christmas movie can go up here or here. Either one of those places will be really good for that. And I'm just thinking, I want to design this page. Oh, maybe it's time for some little sequins or something. Maybe some washi would be kind of fun. Oh, and I was looking at this do not open till Christmas, but that's not it. But this will be very good for tomorrow's page, because tomorrow is today in my life right now. And not to, spoiler alert, I wrapped Christmas presents this morning. So I'm just thinking maybe I would like a little bit of green on this card to kind of pull it all in. And this over here is so heavily green. I kind of like the idea that we've got green going here. So I'm going to hold that that flare just to the side of me here, so I can take a look at it as I'm doing this. And now when I'm doing this washi tape, one of the things I'm being really careful of as I put this down is the spacing. By that I mean, I don't want the width of this to be the same as the width of whatever's going on here, but I still want to leave lots of room for journaling. So I put it so there's a little bit more here. And that's just something that your eye likes. So I'm thinking, all right, so we'll have a piece here. We'll have a piece here, and then, now that I think about it, I have to look. I might have some L Studio TVs. Oh, I want to say that I did get these, but I'm not finding them. And I don't use them often. I think I might have gotten them in a grab bag even. I remember seeing them when they came out, and I just thought, no, I don't really need those because I don't document like what I'm watching and stuff. Maybe I imagined it because I don't see them. And I pretty much keep I have a basket right to my right hand, as you guys can tell because of the way I'm looking here. Maybe I just had it in my head that I got it, or I've used them all up, but I don't think I did. But hey, I do 500 layouts a year, so that they could be hiding. Oh, nope, there they are. Okay, I was right. All right, so definitely thinking I need to do a TV on this layout, right? And we have a little wood veneer here. So I'm thinking flare is going to go here and here, a TV here. So let's look at appropriate size. I think that's way too big. That dominates a card. And then I think this will be the good size here. Now, the one thing I'm thinking about also here is that so if we have a flare here, the embellishment is here and here, so I'm thinking I'm going to pull this up, or I could do it like this. I'm not loving it that way though, so I'm going to do that here. We'll do that here. Then the other thing I'm thinking, you guys, when I actually get the flare, I think what I'm going to do is I'll add some like hearts or something around, scatter them around so that I've got wood veneer plus the flare is what I'm thinking I'm going to do with this page. And I'm sorry that, you know, I don't have this, that I'm not going to have this done for you guys, but sometimes that happens and that is reality. And you know what, now that I think about it, I watch Shamel every day because I bought the Journal Your Christmas class about 4 or 5 years ago, and I still love watching her videos, and it does sometimes give me ideas for my pages, even though I've done it and you have access to it once you've bought it. So I keep watching it. Now, if I decide to do a third flare, I could always add it in here and throw them all on here, or I can save it for different stories. So this is was my favorite movie this year so far, and one of my absolute favorites. This I think was on Sunday night that I've ever seen, for those of you who are Hallmark movie addicts as well. So I'm thinking wood veneer wise. And here's my big old bowl of wood veneer. I was gonna say, I think I saw one that said naughty. Maybe I used to have one that said naughty. I actually think I don't have a naughty anymore. So what I'm thinking is that I'll find some hearts and add them in. And maybe they'll be small ones, maybe they'll be large ones. I was going to put a couple on, but you know, I don't know that I want to do that because I feel like I'm going to put something on and it's not going to be right. But that's kind of my idea here, is to get some wood. So now you see that that's, if I do that, I'm just going to put a wood down here. Now you see that by doing that, this is too big, but there's wood on each card here. And it also ties in the yellow here a little bit. And I think that's another reason I kind of liked that wood there. It'll tie that yellow in. Like I said, this is too big, so it's bothering me a little bit. But that, and my idea is just to scatter them a little bit, to not necessarily put them in places that, like, it has to go here. I do have more of these hearts in that little dish, but I'm not going to go too far looking into that. So that's what I'm looking at so far. Now, honestly, guys, if you're pressed for time, this is a great layout right here. Don't make this hard. I gave that recommendation to somebody else. I've done this for 13 years, and I was just giving a recommendation to somebody who was brand new and asking, how do you do it? You know, how do you do December Daily? You do what you can on that day. I have more time to think about this today, so right now it's pretty simple. This is fine. This in journaling, and you're good to go. You could add enamel dots to this, which, you know, maybe that's what I'll do. As well as add some enamel dots, but I'll show you that when either show you add it into another process video when I do it, or I'll just show it to you when I'm done. And definitely I always do a flip through at the end. So, but basically this is fine just the way it is. And then the other thing that's kind of nice when I was looking at this as I was thinking about why I really like the wood on this page, it also ties back that the photos here are kind of yellow. So now you have kind of yellow here, kind of yellow here. I don't necessarily make my spreads match. If I think they don't coordinate that well, I stick a piece of vellum between or an acetate piece between, depending on what's going on the page. So just, you know, that's another way if you feel like they're not coordinating. Sometimes I'll do that for the very first page as well because it seems like it's too busy. I think I talked about that in one of my flip throughs. So anyway, guys, so, oh, and what do I need to do here? I need to edit my number. I almost forgot about my number. So this is day 4. Okay, so this is kind of big. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this one so I have an idea of what this is. I'm thinking that this is what I'm going to want to do, is do something like this. And now I told you that, you know, I put that there because this was going to be here, you know, blah, 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 blah. And look at that. It's not really there. Yeah, if I do this with the 4 right here, which is what I'm going to do, I want to move that over there because the weight of this little cluster here is going to be here. And then, oops, I'm pushing that down. I don't want to do that. But there we go. That's like, that's going to be cute and perfect. So here's my L Studio numbers that I just decided to use. So there we go. I think that's good. I'm going to like that when it's done. And then I'll be able to just take, see if I can find one of those little hearts again to kind of show you what that looks like, how that can work. And actually, I can't find the hearts. So here's, oh, here. Well, there's a little heart, but it's not the right one. But what I'm imagining is doing this kind of thing with the stars. And I could use stars if I wanted to, because there's a great big, there's a bunch of stars over here. But because it's the Hallmark Channel and those movies are all about love, I'm thinking I might do hearts. But there you go, guys. That gives you a little bit of a better idea. So if I do that, and then I do this, which is what I'm going to do there, because it, I think the balance here is pretty good, is then I can, you know, throw a couple wood veneers on this one. So this is going to be really cute when it's completely done. I think it's kind of cute to start out with. All right, guys. So sorry I didn't finish this one today, but sometimes that's what happens when you're on your December daily journal, and that's reality. And hey, you know, don't feel like this has to be a perfect project, because even when you're doing process videos every day, sometimes it's not perfect, even though you'd rather have it that way. So anyway, guys, we will talk to you tomorrow. And like I said, I already know what I'm doing, at least what I'm going to be doing it about. So I'll probably make that layout. If not right after this one, I will make it this afternoon. So, all right, bye everybody.